I'm going to say it like it is. Once in a while, they think about you. Once in a while, they even look at your socials. But why do they do that? They specifically do that because they know that you're going to be better off without them. Or they specifically know that you are better than them. And I want you to acknowledge this, because this reading is deep and this reading is like 10 minutes long, right? Look. Emperor, Hierophant, Ace of Pentacles, basically Six of Swords, Queen of Cups, Ten of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. You are becoming so independent that they acknowledge that you're becoming better and they're thinking about you. But I also want you to know they cannot bring you the stability that you are looking for in a human being, and they will never be able to offer that. So let's dive in. Let's jump in. Cuídate mucho. Welcome to your late night love reading with the Tarot Vaquero. I got a few comments telling me that last night's reading was a little bit delulu, and I'm gonna be fully honest with you guys. It was, but that's literally what the cards told me. As simple as that, and I just gave you guys that reading, right? But when we dive into this reading, I specifically wanna see how your person is feeling about you, and specifically how you're feeling about your person. Okay? What matters first, though, is how you feel, what you went through, for us to know that this reading is for you. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you they miss you if we don't know why exactly is it that they miss you, right? But how do you feel about your person? How are you feeling about your person, and how are you feeling about yourself at this moment in time? How are you feeling about your person, and how are you feeling about yourself at this moment in time? Okay. You are in this energy of starting to recognize that you need to put yourself first. Yeah, for a fact. And I want to specifically say that one of the zodiac signs is going to be Leo. You see these two cards? Two lions, Leo. Right? So that's definitely going to be one of the zodiac signs for tonight. But I'm seeing this energy of you putting yourself first. Not only have you neglected this, but you have always felt that in your family, you are always the least liked, you are the least loved, you are basically the least cared for. And what you want is you want somebody to bring you stability. You want somebody to be able to bring you happiness. You want somebody to make you feel loved and cared for. Okay? And for a while, your specific person, they did that. For a while, they were able to offer you what you were looking for in a relationship. But for some reason, they abandoned you with the Five of Pentacles. They abandoned you, right? And they abandoned you for a specific reason. With the Emperor, with the Six of Wands, and with the Ace of Pentacles, and with the Hierophant, you are what they're looking for in a person. But I do see that what they did to you with the Five of Pentacles basically destroyed you. And I feel like it has something to do with the way that they viewed you. Because they found you attractive and they loved you because of the way that you held or you hold yourself. So I want you to acknowledge that. I want you to acknowledge that in this relationship, you were not the problem. Let's dive in a little bit deeper. Because now we know that you are not the problem. What exactly did they did to my collective? Okay, very confused person. Very much so somebody that does not know what they want, and even with their future, matter of fact. And I want to go ahead and tell you that, because we have the Two of Wands, and then we also have the Five of Pentacles as being their energy. So I'm going to say like it is. You hold all the cards in this situation. What does that mean? It means that no matter what, you are going to be better off without them, and you're going to be better off than them. And I specifically want you to know that, right? Not only with the Two of Swords being right here in reverse, they don't know what they want for their future. And this is not only having to do with romantic part, this basically is also having to do with money, with their career. I feel like they're working a very much so low income job. And if they're not working a very much so low income job, they basically waste their money like if there's no tomorrow. And to me, it honestly seems that there's specifically more focus on toxicity instead of building some sort of stability. And that's being represented right here with the with the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups right here. And then a knot being right next to it, we have this specific energy of them repeating toxic cycles and them repeating negative cycles constantly. So not only do they have problems with being in the negative, they feel comfortable being there. Okay? So I want you to acknowledge that you are going to be better off without them, and you're going to be in a better place in the future compared to them. Okay? And I don't know, I'm specifically feeling this energy that you feel like you had to take care of them. You felt like you had to somehow make them grow. You felt like you somehow had to make them basically, you were babying them. You thought it was your responsibility for them to grow and change when they were not specifically looking for that. And with the Ten of Wands, this became way too much for you that you went ahead and walked away with the Six of Wands. And at this moment in time, you acknowledge that you are growing and you are becoming very much so independent with who? With yourself. Okay? I want us to dive in deeper on the Queen of Cups right here. With the Queen of Cups, it's like they know that you are emotionally more mature than them, and you are specifically emotionally not only taking care of yourself at this moment, you are emotionally nurturing the people that need to be nurtured. So you've been going out with friends, you have been enjoying your time, you have been buying yourself small trinkets, you have been going out shopping. I don't know why retail therapy is coming out strongly. Okay? But look, I'm gonna say like it is. What more do you need to know? Like, you are better than them. You are better well off than them. And you are in a place where they're going to dream of wanting to be. Okay? But I'm gonna say like it is. Not only are they unsure about how things ended between you and them, with the Five of Cups, they still think about you once in a while. They did more in the relationship. Maybe even if you didn't see it, they did more in the connection. And yes, it did hurt them. Why? Because they lost someone like you. They basically lost someone that has every single thing that they wish to be. You specifically acknowledge that, right? And yes, with a knot, which means repeating cycles, something new starting to be reborn, yes, they could think of what happens if we get back together. What happens if we restart something? But I want you to acknowledge, if you guys restart something, who's the one that's going to be working out for this? Who's going to be the one that's going to try to hold this together? It's going to be you. It's not going to be them. You specifically see where I'm coming from? So not only with the Knight of Swords do they scratch their heads whether, yes, they could send you a message, they could like your Instagram story, they could see your story to give you some sort of sign, but we're not specifically getting that specifically direct contact with you. You know what I mean, right? Like, if they would see your story just for you to think about them. Maybe you have seen they have been looking at your socials, right? Or maybe you overheard that, hey, you and them were talking. Those things are the things that are kind of being shown right here. I'm gonna say like it is. What more do you need to know? You hold more stability than them, and they hate the fact that you do. Okay? That's literally all I got for you. Like, I want you to acknowledge that you are 10 times more than they will ever be. Cuídate mucho.